Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here to tell you what is the best enclosure to use for your ball python. So we're going to review 3 different types of enclosures, but the main thing to know in all this, no matter what type of enclosure you use, you need a heat source and you need a thermostat on your heat source. You've heard me say it before, but I am going to say it again just because it is that important. You've got your control buttons here, you've got your display, which will read here once plugged in. You've got a plug, which will go into your receptacle or outlet for power. Your heat source will go here into the outlet on the thermostat. Your heat probe, or your temperature probe, I like to put this right on the heat source. For example, if you're using something like this, you're gonna put your heat source to the bottom here. You're gonna put that heat probe in between your heat mat and the tub. That way you never have that get moved to where it will not be reading. That being said, let's get into it. First one we're gonna review is a PVC enclosure. If you have a snake that's pretty social and can handle a lot of space and not be stressed out by that, PVC enclosures are great. The benefits of them, they hold in humidity and heat really well because it's almost like a self-insulating material with the PVC. You can buy the materials to build your own at Home Depot, Menards, any local big box store. Typically has the PVC that you could use to build your own. The one I'm going to show you is something I built myself, and we have used this for ball pythons along with other species of snakes. This one's a 4x2x2. As you can see, a big water dish to soak in. Plenty of hides. You got one here, one back there. It's kind of dark. Another one back here. Another one over here. One up on this shelf here. A log to bask on or in. Piece of flat for it to go under. And another cave here. Along with branches to climb on. Plenty of foliage. And for this, we just got LEDs run along the inside, and we have a heat emitting panel attached to the top of the cage. Number 2, glass enclosures. So we're talking like aquarium or your front opening reptile style glass enclosures. Now with ball pythons and these, I have found that you need to cover the top, the sides, and the back of the enclosure with either a background, cork bark, or even towels at some point. I used construction paper taped to the sides on a spotted python that wouldn't eat for me, and this will make your animal feel more secure. You want to give them hides on the hot and cold side in there, and give them potentially branches for climbing and foliage, but it does get the job done if you do it right. If you are going to do a glass enclosure like an aquarium, I do recommend a front opening enclosure like this one here. This one I believe is made by Zoomed. But as you can see, this one's a bioactive cage, and we're keeping tokay geckos in here. But you have a lot of foliage, and if you had some more ground hides, it could work for a ball python. Now ball pythons are heavier bodied, so they could destroy live plants. You may want to hang those on the background, but it is possible. Here's another example. This is for our milk snake, but you see there's a lot of foliage, but there's plenty of places to hide. And what we found with the pythons in these is that they sometimes would not eat in them. As you can see, they have screened in lids, and we put our grow light above them because we do have a bioactive on this one. Number 3, rack system. A lot of people will get down on rack systems and say you're not giving your snake enough space, but some snakes don't like a lot of space. They like to feel secure. That does not mean you can't give them enrichment in a tub or rack system. We try to give our snakes enrichment from time to time and change it out. As I've said in other videos, you can use items that you're going to recycle, throw away, and it's a good way to give your snake something that's always changing and keep them curious and exploratory. The two different types of racks we have are the ARS you see behind me, which is made of steel and it's got the plastic tubs. Now this one is very heavy duty. This will probably last for life. The other kind I'm going to show you is a PVC rack system. These are not built as sturdy, but they do conserve space. You'll see on this ARS rack system, I've got quite a bit of space here in between the tubs and below them. For a rack system, as you can see, got the tub here. So here's Bruno. And then if you look along the back side of the tub, there's heat panels here, and these are essentially have heat tape running underneath them, and that's where the underbelly heat is for these here. If you look inside, you've got your water dish, cocoa husk, there's Bruno, and then he's got a hide to sit in as well. See if we can get a good look at this boy. Hey buddy, I'm Bruno. The PVC enclosures, you'll see I've got a little bit of space here, but these do not have any space above or below, and it's pretty much tub, PVC, tub, PVC, tub, and if you put one next to it on the side here, you're not going to have too much trouble fitting more into one space. This is for our corn snake. You can see he's under that rock hide. He's in deep blue. His eyes are very blue right now. Hey buddy, his name's Stripey, or Striper, sorry, Striper. Anyways, he's got a cold side hide. He has this, which we keep wet for humidity if he wants to sit in there for shed, or even just overall humidity in his cage, because this aspen doesn't keep humidity well at all. We've got a water dish in the center and a hide for him to go in with some room back there for him to hide, which he's back there now. Now personally for me with ball pythons, I've had the most luck with the rack systems with the gray tubs. We prefer the ARS or the Freedom Breeder tubs with a water dish inside. It just makes it a little easier, a little cleaner. You're not spilling the water dish as much. We're not sponsored by them at all. This is just what I prefer to use. You'll see in the PVC enclosure I showed you, we are using Freedom Breeder tubs there as well. They are animal plastics racks with Freedom Breeder tubs. The clear tubs you saw me using are for my colubrids. I use those so that they get a more of a day-night cycle. They seem to do just fine with that and don't need the darkness as much. My ball pythons though, as I said, better in the ARS tubs. I'll show you two different snakes completely. So we've got Chewbacca here. He's getting big. He is our Wookie clown. This boy is curious, exploratory, very socialized, and will pretty much eat anything at this point. And I am confident I could put him into any enclosure. You can see the long tongue flicks. It means he's curious. On the other hand, I have Matilda. And as you can see, Matilda is more scared. She's more flighty. So she is the opposite side of the spectrum. So Chewbacca would be more on that calm portion where I could see him doing fine in a PVC enclosure or a glass enclosure. I don't think Matilda would eat so well in one of those. In fact, as I've said before, she was a rescue. They were keeping her in a glass enclosure. They couldn't get her to eat. When we brought her in, we put her into this ARS rack here. No problems at all. She ate the day I got her, and she's still timid. She's still a bit head shy. Light years better than when we got her, but still, I do not sense that she would do well in a glass enclosure or a 4x2x2. She likes that enclosed feeling, and even in the ARS rack, we give her a hide in there. So I've showed you the three different type of enclosures I use. So which one's the best for you? And the answer to that is going to be given to you by your animal. You need to pay attention to their behaviors, and they should tell you what they feel comfortable with. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave us some comments on what you thought about the video. What type of enclosure do you use? Let us know. and we will see you on the next one. Bye.